was for blue comedy. If you were a comedian that cussed, you were ridiculed by the mainstream comedy geist. That would be like me being on Joe Rogan. Joe don't want me on there. I need to be on Shannon. Joe got 6 comedians that never been funny. He want to push out.
Okay, guys, so I got a clip here of Katt Williams talking about Joe Rogan and the many guests he brings on his podcast. You know, these guests are usually like comedians, and he goes after the people that he thinks that Joe Rogan's trying to promote, that he thinks they're funny. But Katt thinks to think otherwise, doesn't think these people are funny. Maybe he's, you know, messing around. Let's watch this clip.
You're on Def Comedy Jam, Comic View. What were those experiences like? What do you remember most about Def Comedy Jam and Comic View?
Comic View was everything. Comic View was really the break. And not Friday After Next, just because Comic View was just 3,000 of your stand-up peers, and we just throw sets of all of them up there, and we see who the audience likes. Who do they like? And it was a great wild, wild west time to be involved in comedy. And the same is true for Def Jam, because hip-hop was a fad at one time, and hip-hop ain't gonna last, and why are you doing that? And that's how it was for blue comedy. If you were a comedian that cussed, you were ridiculed by the mainstream comedy geist. That would be like me being on Joe Rogan. Joe don't want me on there. I need to be on Shannon. Joe got 6 comedians that never been funny. He want to push out.
What I think Katt is referring to is that Joe thinks that Katt is too out there. He's too crazy, more than everybody else that he has brought on, because he probably thinks they're safer to promote than Katt Williams.
Was for blue comedy. If you were a comedian that cussed, you were ridiculed by the mainstream comedy geist.
Because remember, Katt Williams had his moments of getting caught. There was a video of him like fighting a little middle schooler.
The police come, get up, man.
Come on, police come. Get a mouth, please.
As a community, y'all let a little broke do that to a celebrity.
Katt has had his problems, but Joe also has his sort of people that are troublesome too, like Alex Jones, Louis C.K., Brian Callen. Katt Williams dig on, you know, the so-called funny comedians he's bringing on to push them. I think he's referring to maybe, I don't know, Whitney Cummings, Brendan Schaub, Dave Smith, maybe Stavros. You know, comedy is subjective. Like, the person that you think it's not funny, the other person in your friend group is gonna think he's funny, he's hilarious, you know? And that's what comedy is. It's very subjective. It's like with food too. Like, you're not gonna like pizza, but everybody else likes pizza. Or you're not gonna like pineapple on pizza, but everybody else likes pineapple on pizza. Or lasagna, or whatever it is. It's like your own taste on what you like. It's gonna be different. That's just how life is. But I don't know, that's up to you. Like, you can make up your own mind down in the comment section down below. Let me know who's your least favorite comedians that Joe has brought onto his podcast. Oh, I also forgot to mention that Joe did actually see this clip, and he said, hey, Katt, come on my show, let's talk about it. Here's Joe Rogan's post. I love Katt. He's one of my favorite comics, and I love to have him on. We talk about him all the time. If he's down, I'll make it happen. Here's the post that he's responding to on Sound. Katt Williams addresses never being on Joe Rogan's podcast. Joe don't want me to be on there. Joe got 6 comedians that ain't ever been funny that he wants to push out. Joe's inviting him on. Maybe it's a long time coming, just like that Kanye West interview. So, yeah. Also, like and subscribe and comment down below. I'll see you for another one. Bye-bye.